So I'm talking about clearing out the consciousness, right, that we reside in and that we partake in. And in the short, I was mentioning how we're throwing in certain um, words into our consciousness to see where they hit. And you don't necessarily need to entertain them. It's just a feeling that you get. So you don't have to explore, oh, this is that area, this is that area. I think we all know. I did it with hostility and with stress, and I placed that word within my heart and also within my brain. And it bounced, both of them, bounced around a lot. And you keep doing that until you come to a place where it just goes straight through you. And that is highlighting on an energetic level what is still within your consciousness. And it made me want to speak about how the consciousness that we reside in within our personal one does entertain the collective because we're here and we partake in it. And yet us removing ourselves from it and becoming more empowered within our own and more in control, meaning that we don't follow certain aspects within this reality with certain consciousness, control and programming, of course, all of these things that we've been speaking about over the last year, about letting go of those things and just acknowledging them and seeing them and honoring ourselves for our path within them, accepting them as being a part of us. But this little trick here is just allowing all that is still within us to let go. And it's quite simple. You just throw it around until it goes straight through you, whatever word that may be. And I find it's important to do it within your heart space and within your mind as well. So I wanted to share that with you because, it's getting interesting, right? This full on, this is what you need to know, even though this information that's been going around and that seems to be pushing on everyone, which is great, has been in our awareness for 5 years or so, and if not longer. It's good. I mean, we've come to peace with that. We've come to acceptance, but there's always a necessary to be a little bit more. Okay, so what's going on here? It's like with what's happening around the world within nature. It's escalating. Everything is becoming quite intense, and it's a matter of just being in our power and being in our control, and being at peace with what's going on. And as I've said in the last video, that I have experienced some serious things. And yeah, our trauma comes up for us. But afterwards, all I did was sit next to a river and rejuvenate. In a couple of hours, I was fine. I came to accept that I could lose all my things. And I came to a place of peace and more empowerment. And I think when it comes to where we're living in this reality and we're in this time, that's all it is, right? It's it's finding the peace in amongst the things that we cannot control and how they're playing this game, and whether it's just for show and fueling their louche, as they say, fueling their entertainment, because we think that this coming to light is going to change something, but we know the truth. These things are for us to evolve into. We need to evolve beyond it. And so I commend those people who are experiencing these new information for the first time, because it's quite confronting. And yet the peace is beyond that. The peace and acceptance, whether that is something that you partook in. Obviously, I didn't intend to, but yes, a lot of that here in Australia and a lot of these places. Kangaroos. Yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to share all that with you, and where I'm at within this, removing myself from the consciousness that was, and holding my own. And it's kind of like, well, I don't mind what happens, and I don't mind to an extent what happens in my life, because what I saw was supposed to be isn't, as we know, because it's all a fraud, this reality, right? And when I kept on striving for things that I thought I would achieve in this life, I was like, no, I don't want to anymore. I think that's part of the control, is because those things, like whether it's security in a home or finances or in a relationship or whatever it is, they are kind of part of the game, right? That's what keeps us in controlled rather. And so it's letting go of all those expectations within this reality, and seeing that there's a place for us to be within it and yet beyond it, because nothing that they offer will sustain my soul, my peace, the purest of love and the purest in consciousness that I am. And that is even beyond the soul, which is beyond the dimensional construct, right? Because within that, there's still the dynamics of of dark and light and of power play. So where I have resided is beyond that. Yes, I'm within it, obviously, I'm right here. And yet, when I couldn't come to peace within myself about what's going on and find that I was at peace with this reality, I came to a place where I was at the creator beings and saying, okay, well done, and bowing in honor and then walking straight past them, because that's how I found acceptance. Anyway, much love, and until soon.